Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club. Today we are talking about women talking. I watched the movie starring Claire Foy and I loved it, so I thought I would read the book, as the book is always better. I was surprised by how short this book was. I was 1/5 of the way through it, and I'm glad to say the movie follows the book incredibly closely, which sparks joy inside me because I had a fear it would have strayed far away from the original premise. I was surprised to find that there is a male POV the whole way through the book. August has that POV. He is the colony's teacher, and in the movie he is played by Whishaw, the man who played Paddington. In Women Talking, he is so sad, and I didn't really find him compelling in the movie. But in the book, he is much deeper and his depression runs bone deep, and you find out why at the end of the book. One of the things I really enjoyed about the book was the introduction of the family dynamic more strongly. Ona and Salome are sisters, and that does not come across in the movie. But it does, in fact, have a valid reason for being so important, because Ona and Salome are on opposite ends of the spectrum in the way that they reacted to the male attacks. And Agatha, their mother, is the one who has the horses, Ruth and Cheryl. The different reactions from two sisters is also shown to be relevant because their other sister killed herself when she found out her daughter had been attacked in the same way. So you have 3 different reactions within one family, one which is simply to leave, one that is to fight, and the poor woman, the sister we never see, who simply couldn't go on. At the halfway point of the book, I was still happily surprised at how closely the movie had followed the book. Mihel's smoking, for example, was portrayed brilliantly in the movie, if perhaps she was slightly more haggard in the book, and Melvin's miscarriage was definitely more graphic in the movie, but needed to be so to introduce the message that couldn't be conveyed in all the minor points the book had time for. Women Talking is a great example of what people fear when they leave closed communities with no experience of the outside world. I would recommend it to anybody leaving a cult or thinking about leaving a cult. Like polygamy, Mennonite and Amish families fascinate me. They always have. I remember watching a documentary on Blue Peter as a child about Amish people, and I wanted to watch it over and over because I couldn't believe such a thing existed. While I was reading the book, I decided to do some research into the story behind Women Talking and discovered Miriam Toews, the author, was brought up Mennonite, and somehow that made her fictional accounting of real events far more powerful to me because it came from her own experience of a culture that very few people get to see. The book, unlike the movie, deals with slut-shaming within the women's closed group, despite them all having been victims of rape. Some of the women still hold to the idea of purity, and I found that realistic within a religious society. Their idea about sex, survival, and transactions are all wrapped up together in this weird world of isolated survival where women are property. And during the events of the story, the women never would have been able to survive and escape if the younger girls had not decided to sell themselves. Sell might be the wrong word. Perhaps I should say bargain their body for horses. The ending of the book and the movie are different, but both are profound, and I like to think that both are true. August, who has been taking the minutes all this time, is a child born of rape by the colony leader Peters. Peters is now in control of the knockout spray the other men have been using to rape their victims. These facts are left out of the movie, but they are very important and should not be ignored when it comes to closed religious communities and power. Power resides with the people who hold it, and who holds power is essentially up to you. Is it the man of God? Is it the man above you? Or is it yourself and what you decide is valid to you? But power can also be a gun or a knockout spray, depending on your circumstances and if you're able to leave. No matter what, though, the world goes on, and cycles repeat themselves if not broken. August suffers greatly, knowing his origins, and so did his mother, being exiled from the colony. Ona and her child, who is a product of rape, are about to repeat this cycle, and Ona and August will never be together. However, I like to think August did not kill himself, and perhaps in time brought the older boys to join the women. This book is easily a 10 out of 10, and though it is fiction, it has a real underlying story based on actual events and a powerful narrative about closed religious communities and how absolute power corrupts absolutely in any setting. There is a strange human compunction and need to hold power over others for no other reason than human-based instinct. And it is something that we all have to fight against as a society, but it seems to thrive in closed religious societies. The movie is a great adaptation of the book, and I enjoyed both thoroughly and would recommend both. If anybody enjoys my content about FLDS and other polygamist groups, I would highly recommend reading this book. It's different, but the tune's the same, if you know what I mean. If you enjoyed this review, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Tuesday at the moment, so hang about for that. And I would like to congratulate Women Talking on winning the Oscar. They deserved it. Bye!